Let's now move on to some Cardano news as Hoskinson lays out the roadmap for Basho and scaling. So Basho will essentially scale Cardano from thousands to tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to millions and then finally to billions. The second layer scaling solution Hydra will play a central role in this. Now, essentially the way Hydra works is that every pool is essentially its own shard, and with the infrastructure of 2,000 deployment pools, that means 2,000 channels can run in parallel, with throughput increasing as decentralization grows. Hoskinson explained this. And they are truly parallel, and there's a way to shard and go on-chain and off-chain completely gracefully, which means that you basically have unlimited throughput for micropayments, for transactions and transaction batching and so forth. This is very, very unique as once again, the more decentralized Cardano gets, the more scalable it essentially is. So the more pools and stake pool operators there are, the more channels can actually run for Hydra. And yeah, each channel supporting 1,000 transactions per second, I believe, are the numbers that they were talking about a few months ago. Means that with 2,000 channels at the moment, it can support 2 million transactions per second, which is more than enough for the next, possibly decade for Cardano. On top of that, to actually scale the base layer of Cardano, so the actual Cardano blockchain, IOG actually wrote a paper called Parallel Chains and Ledger Redux. So here's what Charles Hoskinson said about that. And eventually we're going to roll that out and release a protocol called Ouroboros Omega, but it's not that necessary. The base layer has enough throughput, even with crazy growth. We are good for this year and next year, and Hydra will get us to where we need to go. On top of that, he also talked about interoperability. So we joined Hyperledger Alliance and talked to those guys, and we have had great ideas there. We also joined W3C and talked to those guys about Interledger, and we have had great ideas there as well. We also created the first sidechains protocol for proof of work. Blockstream actually wrote it down, but they never actually did the hard math work. We did. We created something called NI proof of work, non-interactive proof of work. Basho is the second to last era of the Cardano platform, and it will lastly be followed by the Voltaire era, which is governance, which is apparently more harder. But yeah, all around, if Hydra does come out, I honestly do believe that will be a much more substantial thing than actually smart contracts on Cardano at the moment. Tons of platforms already offer smart contracts, however, none of them can scale to meet the needs of billions of users without sacrificing some sort of decentralization or security, etc. And yeah, if Cardano does solve that and Hydra is released, it will possibly launch Cardano to being one of the top coins once again. Now let's talk about some more comments Charles Hoskinson said towards Ethereum. Do you want to call fat guys? Only 31% of new dApps were built on Ethereum in 2020. And Charles actually believes that this trend will continue, if not for anything else, then for cost. And obviously by that he means the cost of actually using the Ethereum network is just getting a little bit too crazy at the moment. He said the current Ethereum market is based on shilling dubious projects and making as much money as possible. This model makes no sense, it's immoral, unethical, and should be illegal. The model is the reason an NFT like Homer Pepe sells for $300,000 and other NFTs are selling for up to $6 million. He then went on to say that that Ethereum will actually die off just like other heavyweights in the past. We've seen many major phone companies, for example Nokia, BlackBerry, completely die off as new innovations such as the iPhone came out. And yeah, he does believe that Cardano is the iPhone to Ethereum's BlackBerry or Nokia. Right before I end the video off, here is an outlook on the Cardano ecosystem. This was a picture released by Charles Hoskinson a few days ago, and yeah, it does show that Cardano at the moment is not a ghost chain and there are actual projects building on it. Hope you guys enjoyed this update video. If you do want to stay updated on the market and your favorite coins such as Cardano, make sure you do like and subscribe with the bell notification turned on. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. The most famous thing my channel